Hi everyone. This is obviously a video that many of you were not expecting at all. Um, but I felt like this was a necessary video to make to spread awareness. This video is going to be talking about my experiences with a Five Nights at Freddy's YouTuber, Rye-Rye99. For those of you who don't know, Rye-Rye99 is one of the OG Five Nights at Freddy's source filmmaker animators. He used to make, ship videos of Bonnie X Chica, just animatronics kissing. And he then made FNAF gameplay, Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, and then moved over to make Gary's Mod videos with FNAF characters. Uh, those Gary's Mod videos would involve, other people being a part of those videos, also with Five Nights at Freddy's OCs, and like a lot of people really liked it at the time. This was the golden age of Five Nights at Freddy's. But then recently, there's been controversy, and someone by the name of WalugMan made a video talking about the bad stuff that Rye has been doing. And what he has been doing is that he had a relationship with not just one, but two minors. But I guess you can also count three because the first minor that was, that was known was Rebecca, who was FNAF fan 126. And she was 15, about to turn 16, and Rye was 18. But then another minor gets involved, and this minor is Bailey, who went by Mangle the Fox SFM, and Rye sent, inappropriate messages and cheated on Rebecca with Bailey. And then Rye went on to date Rami when he was 26. When he was 23, Rami was 16. And then with ETH Goes Boom, he was friends with ETH Goes Boom, but then they had a huge fallout. They had Rye was just a shitty person to ETH, and he would send, attacks to ETH when ETH Goes Boom tried to speak out against Rye. If you want any of the full details, you can check the video that I have in the description, or the comments in that video, so you can see the entire thing. Now, why am I bringing this up? Why is this important to me? I was the original members of Rye-Rye99's Gary's Mod series, Zany Gmod, and then Geeky Gmod. Geeky Gmod, and then Zany Gmod. I used to go by the names Goldie Gamer 123 Z Geek and Fox McGamer 123. That was me. I had experiences that were not fun with Rye. Thankfully, I wasn't sexually groomed, but I still had not so fun experiences with him. So, I had three things that I had to experience with him. So, the first one is that whatever I said that would offend Rye, and not even just like things towards him or not even making fun of him, you could say anything and it would upset him. I got scolded a lot by Rye, and I was 12 years old when I met him. And around this time frame that I talked to him often, I was like from 12 to 14. I was 12 to 14 when around the time I was talking to him very often. And we would get into a lot of arguments because I said something that he didn't like. Not something that insulted him directly or insult him at all. You could say that, oh, I suck at this game, at yourself, and he would get mad at that. You could say anything, and he gets mad. And he would force you, he would make you fear losing your friends because at any moment, he has the power to remove you from the groups. And that fear was put onto me because I didn't want to lose my friends. And they were the only friends I had at the time, aside from, one friend in middle school. So yeah, I would get scolded a lot. And then another thing that I got scolded for was that I changed my name and my OC from Goldie Gamer 123 Geek to Fox McGamer 123. And he got mad at that as well. And he wanted constant control over my OC because of that. He would always tell me, no, this is what you're going to have on your OC. And the people who know me personally now know how much of a creative person I am. They know how much I love to be creative. And that creativity was not allowed on my OCs that were helped by him because I couldn't run SFM because I had an iMac at the time. That was all before I got a Windows computer. So he had constant control over my OC. And he yelled at me over the fact that I did change my OC to a Fox McCloud OC. I understand that, like people don't want to risk getting copyright striked by Nintendo because we all know how much of a shitty company they are with their IP. But I got screamed at and demanded that I get a Foxy OC. And he got mad in the first place because he's like, oh no, I have to make a new intro for your OC. It's like, damn. Maybe just don't have me in your videos. So yeah. And then another thing is that he tried to take control over the type of content that I would make. This was around the time that the ETH Goes Boom situation happened. And there was a video that I made on my old channel, my very old channel, that was me voice acting as Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's, playing the Death and Return of Superman on the Super Nintendo. And it was like Foxy plays the Death and Return of Superman. And he saw it the next day after I uploaded it. And then I get a text from him on Skype saying, did you seriously just make a video related to ETH Goes Boom? And to please him, I said, wait, no, I just did it because I love voice acting. And he's like, cut the bullshit. I'm tired. He said, I am tired of being backstabbed all the time. He would have this pattern of guilt tripping people. And he was like, please delete the video or else I will remove you from the group. I didn't delete the video, but I privated it and went like, I deleted the video, but I just privated it. And he's like, thank you. And then he continued to be like, so this is the type of content I don't want you making, and this is the type of content I want you to be making. So he tried to take control over the type of content that I made because he couldn't trust me to make content by myself because I made a video relating to a guy that he didn't like. It's like, what the fuck? And like, if it was like me making content with another friend, then yeah, that's fine. But if it was just whatever else, I wasn't allowed to do it without telling him. So yeah. So another thing that had happened, this is the biggest thing, is that I had a best friend in middle school, and he had supported me in making videos a lot, and he also made videos himself, and we even made a few videos together. And when he saw that, I had made content with Rye-Rye99, Gmod content, he immediately got bad vibes and go like, hey, you should probably not be with this guy. He's probably using you to make content. He's probably using you to make money off of this, which in some ways is true. But for some stupid reason, I went to Rye after the argument that we had, because there was an argument. And I talked to Rye about it, and he's like, you should probably not be talking to this man then. And Rye had this issue of being idolized. He wanted to be the star. He wanted to be number one. And whoever didn't like him, he's like, oh, fuck you. uh, he would force me to not talk to this guy anymore. My best friend, my IRL best friend from middle school. That's who he tried to stop me from talking to. You see how ridiculous that is? Thankfully, I didn't stop talking to him. We made up, but I just had to not tell Rye that, oh, we're actually cool now. I couldn't tell him that. So, yeah, he almost forced me to stop being best friends with someone that I cared so much about IRL. So yeah, that was my experience with Rye-Rye99. It's not as bad as as many others had experienced what he had with them. Because yeah, the other experiences that I've heard are really really bad. And there is a live stream by Brandon Pat Any Gamers. If that stream is archived and still like on YouTube after the stream is done, I will put it in the description so you can go watch it and listen to all the stories and whatnot. But yeah, that's everything I have to say. Don't worry about me. I'm not traumatized by this. It's something that I did forget about. But I am incredibly heartbroken to hear about everything, because he was someone that I looked up to. But then just ended up. Wait. I remember. Okay. I remember he also forced a lot of us to stop being friends with certain people that he just hated. Like, there was Benny, and then there was Alex, and Alex was actually someone I talked to a lot. I played Smash Brothers a lot with Alex, and then there was also Evan, I think. I don't remember, but there was a lot of people that he forced us to stop being with. So yeah. But anyways, again, I'm not traumatized by this. This was something I did forget about a long time ago, until it was recently brought up. But it's heartbreaking, because I did look up to the guy as a 12-year-old. I looked up to him a lot, but yeah. So he is gone. He's deleted both of his YouTube channels. He's deleted his Discord. He is completely off the face of the internet. So if you do have any experiences with him, please do not be afraid to share. We're a safe space. That's what we are. We are a safe space. And I do hope that Rye faces justice for everything that he has done, especially with all the minors involved. Not just 3. There are many minors that were involved. So yeah. Yeah. I hope everyone has a good day, and please take care of yourselves.